Yeah, you can go.
All right, so you have your bell work up there. You have about 5 minutes or so. All right, the left-hand column, don't use any resources. Just use your own words and write down what you think the best definition is. We'll get to the right side of the column later in the week. today we're gonna be doing an exploration activity lab. It has to do with this car. Alright, so what you're gonna do, alright, I'm gonna show you what this does. Alright, you're just gonna observe it, alright? And we're gonna brainstorm as a class observations that we made about the car. So, everybody take a look. Go around the other way. Everybody get to see that? Alright, so what are some observations about the car that we can make? So,
It makes annoying sounds.
sounds, yep. It made noise. Got it. Slow, alright. That works there. Maggie.
It's moving at constant speed.
Constant speed.
Goes in a straight path.
Sorry. Alright, Logan,
But you still right.
stole from you. Okay. Andrew,
The lights flash.
the lights flash. Yep. Anything else we can observe about the car just by looking at it?
It's red.
It is red, correct. Any other observations you got? Andrew?
When it's moving, the red, aiming at the top, flash.
The lights flash, yep. Any other observations we want to make about the car? What about, it has an antenna, right? Two ends. Anything else?
It has 2 seats.
It has 2 seats. That'll be a question probably later. Andrew,
Has a steering wheel.
steering wheel.
It has 4 wheels.
4 wheels. Perfect. Gavin. Yellow stripe, yep. Eli.
Has like a windshield thing.
Yep, it's got a windshield.
Hey. The car.
It is a car. It's a little longer than I wanted it to.
Has yellow rims.
Yellow rims. What's that?
I'm not sure about a car style, but I'm pretty sure it's a Jeep. I don't know that.
Looks like a Jeep, yeah. Could be some type of off-road vehicle. Alright,
The headlights are yellow.
headlights are yellow. Alright, so that's a pretty extensive list. So, now, when we're doing an experiment, Alright, we have to test things that are measurable. Alright, quantitative versus qualitative measurements, right? Quantitative, you have to be able to use numbers and measure. So what on these start at the top, what can we measure? Can we measure sound? What do we think? Thumb up or thumb down, yes and no? How do we measure it, Drake? Right, we can measure sound with a decibel. Right, we can measure it with decibels. Alright, that's how loud something is. Alright, so, called it slow. Alright, can we measure how slow? Right, that's simple. Now the thing we have to be careful with is when we use the word slow. Compared to what? Compared to a race car, it's pretty slow. Compared to a turtle, alright, it might look kind of fast. So when we're using terms like slow and fast, gotta be careful of the relativeness that we have with those words. Alright, so constant speed, can we measure that? Yeah, we can measure constant speed, right? How the straight path. Actually, sorry, I skipped something. That constant speed isn't something that you can just see and know that its speed didn't fluctuate. That is something that's more of a, that you get at the end of an experiment. That's an analysis more than an observation. You observed that it was moving in a straight line, right? But to know there was a constant speed is, you have to think afterwards as an analysis. So constant speed is a little bit up in the air. Lights flashing. We measure that? No, we're not going to measure it, but you probably could. How many times they flash in a minute or something. We measure red. Okay, or the antenna. We could experimentally measure the length of an antenna on these different cars. 2 seats, can we measure that? We can. Right, that's kind of one of those halves. Right? Some might argue there's 4 seats in it. Some might say back seats for luggage. All right. Steering wheel. No. Right. 4 wheels. No. We can see that there are 4 wheels. All right. I just said quantitative numbers, or quantitative uses numbers, right? We just put 4 wheels. All right. But it doesn't take a whole experiment to see how many wheels that car has, right? Yellow stripe. All right. Windshield. Right? Again, that's something that we can't measure. All right. Along with the rest of us. So, of the things we can measure, there's not a whole lot of this. How loud it is, its speed, okay, direction it goes. All right. The ones we're going to work on today, okay, is speed. And we could probably put those into another category as well. So those are the ones we're going to use. It's speed, and if it goes a straight line, constant speed, indirectly we'll measure those. So for reporting, all right, this will be a informal lab report, just like we talked about yesterday, all right, on your whiteboard, okay? The one thing you have to include on your whiteboard, procedure, all right? Step by step, how you did it. All right? You'll have to include 4 things on your whiteboard. Procedure being one of them, but these other 3 will be up to you as a group to decide what we think works best for determining the answer to our question, which is how fast is your car? Right, so that's our question we have to answer. table, verbal, mathematical, or a picture. Alright, so as a group, you need to decide of these 5, which 3 you want to use on your day. Okay. So the first thing you will do, alright, is you will come up with a procedure, alright, step by step, how to run your experiment. Myself and Mrs. Howe will come around, we'll give you a car when you have a correct procedure that we think will work. Then you'll record your data, and then you'll fill out your whiteboard the rest of the way. So, when I say go, alright, one person from the group will have to go grab a whiteboard and a marker when I say go. Alright, hold on, don't move too much. Okay? Materials, there's rulers up here, there's meter sticks, timers are in that box right there. There, right next to you, Seth. That's right. On the table, right here. Directly in front of you. Alright, timers. If you need any markers for distances, we have dominoes up here as well to use. If you have any questions, we'll be here.